You are Locked On Ole Miss, your daily podcast on the Ole Miss Rebels. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
We finally gotten there, everybody. It is college football game week, and yes, I know there's no SEC games this weekend, but we wanted to do betting lines like we always do. We do betting lines every Monday during the SEC season and before. We just keep it going through our friends with FanDuel Sportsbook. And there are some interesting matchups this weekend. Believe it or not, this is a week zero that everybody's going to be paying attention to. There's one score that is basically a pick 'em, and we'll see exactly how that goes. You don't know a lot about these teams in the Big 12 that have these week zero games, but you want to see exactly how it goes because it's going to affect your team a little bit later on in the season. But let's look at the week zero lines this weekend. And this is what we have on week zero. It starts off with a ranked Farmageddon matchup between Iowa State and Kansas State in Ireland, of all places. I have no idea how they're going to get the tractors out there to Ireland. But if they don't have a tractor at the game, seriously, an inflatable or whatever, something like that, they missed an opportunity. Kansas State's favored by 3.5 points over the Iowa State Cyclones in the first college football game of the season. I saw the quarterback, I think Avery Johnson's his name, at the Under Armour All-American game. He's a really good player. He has a chance to be extremely good. Iowa State has questions, but Matt Campbell always has them ready to go. And this is one of those evenly matched Big 12 games that you just need to pay attention to. It's going to be a good football game. You remember last year it was Florida State and Georgia Tech playing in Ireland. This year it's going to be Iowa State and Kansas State, and they're going to be duking it out. But Kansas State's a 3.5 point favorite. UNLV is favored by 25.5 points over Iowa State. This is an FCS game. UNLV playing. This is Dan Mullen's first game, and they have a bunch of last chance U type players. So there's the boom or bust potential for the UNLV running Rebels. You pay attention to what they have on the defensive side of the ball. They could be really good. They legitimately could be really good. But if they bust, they could bust really hard and go like 2-10. So this is way up, way down, but they should handle the Idaho State. I think they're the Tigers or the Bengals pretty easily. Another pretty decent game. You got the Kansas Jayhawks hosting the Fresno State Bulldogs. Kansas is a 12.5 point favorite for a game in Lawrence. It's kind of weird that in week zero, both of the Kansas teams are playing that weekend, but we'll digress on that one. But Kansas just got a $300 million gift from the Booth family, whose name is already on the stadium. They just remodeled that stadium to make it look a little bit more model. Kansas feels like they're all in football. So we'll see what happens. Kansas and Missouri plays in week like 3 or something like that. That's a big game. Those are two schools with legit hatred for each other. If you don't watch many games this season, watch Kansas and Missouri because that's a fun one to go. Next, Sam Houston State is at Western Kentucky. The Hilltoppers are favored by 9.5 points. This is one of those low-level games. I think this might be a conference game for Conference USA, if I'm not mistaken, but I think Sam Houston State is in that league now. I don't know with all the moving around and the realignment in college football, but Western Kentucky's favored by 9.5 points. And closing out the night, San Diego State is favored by 15 points, and they are hosting Stony Brook. Stony Brook and San Diego State going at it, so it should be pretty good. Should be really good. All right. So our trivia question for the day before we get out of here. Listen, when I'm on top of my hydration, I notice everything works better. My energy, my mood, my focus, even my skin. But getting enough fluids a day isn't always easy. That's why I've been loving me some Drip Drop. Drip Drop is a doctor-developed and scientifically proven drink for fast hydration. I have some on the desk right now. It uses the perfect balance of sodium electrolytes and glucose to help your body absorb fluids more quickly, delivering 3 times the electrolytes and half the sugar of the leading sports drink. My go-to flavor right now is cherry limeade. It's a game changer after a workout or on those extra busy days or walking twice per day like I do in the Florida heat. It's draining, but Drip Drop is helping all of that. Right now, Drip Drop is offering Locked On listeners 20% off your first order. Just head to dripdrop.com and use the promo code LOCKEDONCollege. That's dripdrop.com, promo code LOCKEDONCollege for 20% off. Stock up now before the heat hits really hard. Have you ever decided at the last minute to head to a ball game with friends or family? Maybe it's game day and you suddenly realize you want to be in the stands. Ole Miss is completely sold out again. So what do? That is where Game Time comes in. The easiest way to grab last minute tickets without all of the stress. With the money you save on tickets, you can splurge on food, drinks, merch, or even invite a bigger group to come along with you. So Game Time makes buying tickets faster and simple. Prices drop the closer you get to the first pitch, and they've got incredible last minute deals, clear seat views, and the lowest price guarantee that takes the worry out of buying. Game Time is the official ticketing partner of Locked On MLB, making it easy to browse the app for an exciting upcoming MLB game. So Detroit versus Houston, that is going to be the game on everybody's mind in the MLB right now. So take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use the code LOCKEDONCollege for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account, redeem code LOCKEDONCOLLEGE for $20 off. Download the Game Time app today. Last minute tickets, lowest price, guaranteed. Today in Ole Miss Trivia, we're talking about 1997 Arkansas. In the Rebels' 19-9 victory over the Arkansas Razorback, it was rather nondescript as far as a game, as far as being a way stop on the road to starting a rise as a program and getting back to a bowl game, which they did that year going to the Motor City Bowl. But that game also featured the longest run in Ole Miss football history. Who made that run that night that led to a 19-9 victory over the Arkansas Razorback? Put your answer in the comments below. We'll put out the answer on socials a little bit later on today. Thank you for making the Locked On Ole Miss podcast your go-to source for Ole Miss sports. We pride ourselves on offering the most comprehensive perspectives, which is why we are the front door of Ole Miss. If you don't believe me, Google Ole Miss podcast and see how much our show comes up. We're like 80% of that page. Don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel or the podcast on audio if that's the way you're listening to it. Like it, comment. It helps the show. It's completely free. Your support means the world to us. For your second listen, check out the Portal Show. Brian Smith has the latest rumors, portal entries, and signings. Be the most informed fan on all of the rapid changes to college football's landscape. Find the Portal on YouTube or wherever you listen to podcasts. Hotty toddy, everybody. And remember, analytics is just the old English word that means bad football. We'll see you tomorrow.